Hi guys, so as promised, this is the colouring book I was working on, influenced by the bold and easy niche, which is now kicking off everywhere over uh, Amazon and KDP. And there was a bit of bravado saying I'm going to use AI to do this, and as you can see, the colouring book isn't turning out how I planned, but I'm liking this one though. The problem was, I find the bold and easy books really boring. Even though they're selling well, I didn't have the imagination to make prompts up for ChatGPT to make those sort of images. So this is what I'm doing instead. Similar to the video I made when I was talking about making colouring books with scenes, build your own colouring books to make them unique. This is what I've done with this. These are separate elements in the scene which I've grouped together. This little pussy pat, this doggy wog, the background scene is grass. I've added flowers to it, and things like that, just to make the scene more unique. It also took a hell of a lot of editing as well. The images are made in, I almost said Cat GPT there, Chat GPT, DALL-E 3 in particular, of course, and I edit them. These ones I haven't edited so much. The images anyway, the cat and the dog. But I did have to do some editing with the scenes and the background in particular. So this is the next scene I'm working on, and I thought I would bring you along for the next scene. So I've still got bits to add on to this. I'm going to add a picture frame maybe, or a poster or something. But this is the dog in the bedroom. And what I've done is I used a simple image. So these are some of the images that I was finding to use in these sort of books. Very simple, very boring. And I was using these and I was trying to, I don't want to say copy, but I was trying to allow them to influence me to make similar images, but it's just so boring. I couldn't think of things to put into the prompt for ChatGPT. So I thought I'll try and do something that interests me, which is where these builder scene things come from. So what I did was, enough waffling, in ChatGPT, which I'll show you now, I pulled a couple of simple images in there. So in ChatGPT, I started off by pulling the image of a fish, cat and a fish, and I said, describe this. Then in a similar style, create a dog holding a bone, and it gives the dog holding a bone. And I thought, that's pretty cute. By itself, it's going to be a boring picture though, so that got me thinking, why not build a scene? So I did. I got it to build a garden. This is a bit too complicated. I got it to try again, and this is what I came up with. I tweaked a little bit here and there. I got it to remove certain bits until I came up with something that I liked. I removed some, clusters of flowers to make it less busy. I removed a tree, and then I needed characters to populate this scene. So I made a dog, and I made a cat. I didn't like the cat very much, so I put this image back in and said in a similar style, create a cat. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to keep on feeding it prompts, otherwise, and feeding it images, otherwise it just does what it wants. But this is only half the story. So from here, I opened it in Paint. I converted it to a PNG, uploaded the PNG in the Inkscape, converted that into an SVG, edited in there, put it back into me publisher software. I had to do something in Affinity Designer as well. Now this sounds like a lot of work, and it is, but now I know what I'm doing. It's getting quicker, so I'm going to bring you along for the next scene. But also because there's a little bit of effort put into it, it stops a lot of people doing it. A lot of people doing it. Which is why probably this niche isn't as saturated as it could be. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I did look at just giving someone $50 on Fiverr and getting a book made, but you can't guarantee what you're getting. So this is the bedroom scene. And again, you'll notice that it's very similar to what I've used, but I have edited it in in ChatGPT. I've also edited it in Inkscape. So you can see, even though it's a lot simpler in here, it is still very complicated. So I changed it a bit. And the final image is that one there. So you'll notice that the bed is a lot less cluttered. The lines are off the window. There's just little dots everywhere in when it creates images. If I pull the little man out of the way, little dog man, I cleaned up this side. I took little dots off the drawers, little flashes off the light. I made that bit a bit bigger. It looks a bit wonky, but that's the hand-drawn effect I was going for. He says, I wasn't too happy with the floor, but I think I might leave it as it is. I could, of course, with this being SVG, I could just select the nodes and delete them, and it would clean the floor. But I quite like the floor as it is. It adds a bit of texture. So the next scene is going to be a bathroom scene. And you've seen the bathrooms I've generated in ChatGPT. This one and this one. I don't know which one I like best. I like them both, to be honest. But I wanted to get away from the isometricness. The bedroom is isometric, and as you can see in the image, it leaves a patch there because the frame is straight on, the image is isometric. Really, I need to extend the image out, which I'm not going to do. I might change my mind if I do decide to publish this book. I might make it extend out, but at the minute, I'm just going to leave it as it is. So that's why I want to stay away from this isometric image for the time being, because you're going to have a corner of the picture where there's nothing there. So for the purposes of this, I'm going to use this image here. It needs cleaning up, but I can do that right now. So in DALL-E 3, to clean up the image, we select the image, we'll click on the selection tool, and I'm just going to remove the bits that are big. So I'm going to remove that. That's a toilet roll holder, I assume. Shouldn't be there. I want to move that. That shelf, I'll probably leave the shelf there. Towel hanging over the bath. Don't know what that is, so I'll remove it. And the rest of it, I'll probably clean up in... What is that? What is that? I don't know, but it's gone. Get rid. And I'll just in here type remove. So this will remove those bits and fill in the blanks with, hopefully, the continuation of the lines on the floor. And around here, you might have the foot of the bath looking a bit funny, but we'll see. You can also use this selection tool to add things, although, to be honest, I've not had any success with that. But we'll see what this image is like, and we'll see what we can do with it. So there we go. This is the cleaned up image, and it looks absolutely fine. I'm going to download this now. And I'm going to open it, and it'll open in Paint because that's what I've set it to. From here, we'll simply go to File, Save As PNG, and that'll save in the folder I want to save in. And then that's it. Now, I've got to get this from PNG to an SVG. And I'm going to do that with Inkscape, completely free. So that's the bathroom. So this is the bedroom I was working on. I'll just delete that out of the way. And I'll drag the bathroom in. So as you can see, even though it's a grey background, when I vectorize it, it turns to white. And this is a preview. Slide your threshold if you want more or less in there. The higher the threshold, the more black you'll get in, you see. Lower the threshold, the less black you'll get in. So that was around about 0.4 for me, and that looked pretty fine. So we'll leave it there, and I'll click Apply. So instantaneously, that's turned this image into a vector. That's the original image behind, which I don't need. So bye-bye original image. I'll just shrink this down. Now is the task of decluttering this image. So you can see there's little dots here, which I don't want. These shadows underneath here, I don't want. The lines on the mirror, I don't want. I'll probably flatten this bit off. I might even remove the labels from the bottles and get rid of that. Move the lines from the bath. I'm just going to do a lot of removal. It's going to be boring for you, but I will speed it up eventually. I'll just show you. I say speed it up, I'll probably cut it out. But I will show you how to do it. So now it's a vector. Just double click so that shows you all the nodes. And then it's just a laborious task, laborious, of selecting the ones you don't want and deleting them. And that's it. I'll see you in about half an hour. I'll let you know how long it takes when I finish. Now, you might have bits where you'll find you'll delete all the nodes you want, but then you've still got these arms pulling the remaining line in a funny situation. All you've got to do, now to be honest, I could just delete these nodes and it would go. But all you've got to do is just pull the arms back in until you get it to where you want it to be. Again, for the style of this book, it doesn't matter that that's a bit wonky because we're going for the hand-drawn look. So that's absolutely fine. And again, I'll clear that and we'll just pull the arms until you find something you want. Also works on humans. There was an error with the sound here, so ignore the lack of lip syncing. This is AI me filling in the info. This is the cleaned unimage compared to the original PNG. It looks a lot cleaner, especially for a colouring book. None of those dots or lines left cluttering the picture. If you missed any edits in Inkscape, don't worry. You can also edit the nodes in Affinity Publisher too. So that's the scene sorted. The next thing to do is to populate it with a character. The plan is to have my little doggy character brushing his teeth. I'm going to try to edit this image from the earlier scene and add a toothbrush. I use the selection tool to select his hand and then tell it to add a toothbrush. That didn't work very well. There is a toothbrush there, but it's not in the right place. I'm going to try to generate a completely new image with the dog as a reference. So I've put the original image into the text box and I'm going to say, in the same style, generate a dog in pajamas brushing his teeth. As you can see, it generated an image of a dog in pajamas brushing his teeth, but it wasn't the right dog. So I try again. The second image is a lot better, but I have another idea and I'll keep this dog as a backup. I go back to the original image and try the selection tool one more time. This time I select the entire arm and for good measure, select the dog's mouth too. And that worked much better. Now it's time to edit and clean up the dog, but don't worry, I'll not make you sit through that. And this is the cleaned up dog. It didn't take very long, a couple of minutes really. The bathroom scene took longer, about 25 minutes to clean up. So just to give you an idea. So now, you might think all I've got to do is to get this fella and drag him into there. But you couldn't be more wrong. As you can see, he's transparent. There's technically nothing between the lines. The lines are vectors. The in between the lines is absolutely nout. So I've got to go and manually fill these bits in. It doesn't take very long, so don't you panic about that. In the Affinity suite of software, if you own Affinity Designer and or Photo, you can click between them and it opens up that document in that persona, it's called, and without the faff of having to load it all up again. And you can use all of the tools from Designer in this Publisher file. So for this, I need to use my Flood Fill tool, and for that the shortcut is R. And now I've got white selected already, and I'm just going to go and fill in all these little bits. So it's best to have some sort of system, otherwise you will miss bits. But if you miss bits, it's not the end of the world. So just click inside of each gap, and as you'll see in the layers panel, each fill you do becomes a new shape. And I'm going to cut all this out so you'll just see the finished product. So that's the dog finished now. All of his clear bits are now white. All I've got to do is size him correctly and position him in this scene. He needs to be a bit taller, though, otherwise he can't see the mirror, I suppose. There you go, it can be there. And that's another scene finished. All I've got to do is get the frame around it, which I will steal from here. And there we have it. There is a third scene in the book. For these sort of books, you normally have between 40 and 50 scenes. So it's going to take a while to finish the book, but it's going to be worth it. Because I think it looks pretty darn swish. So that is it for today's vid. When I get the book finished, which, to be honest, the rate I'm going might be a week, I will do another video of the final process, exporting the PDF, uploading it, keywording it, and pricing it.